Alright, so I have quit college. And I'm sure when a lot of my family hears about this, they're not gonna be happy either. So first things first, let me tell you what I'm doing. So I was studying and I was also working a job. I'm just gonna say this, alright? I have a stable job. I have a job that pays me very well for being a 19-year-old. And I also have a retaining client who I work with on a daily basis. He's a YouTuber. So, I'm doing well for myself financially. And at this point, I feel like if I run after two hares, I'll catch neither. So I decided to work on a single thing. I decided to, focus on my skills, focus on my interpersonal skills, know how to communicate with people, know how to communicate with clients, know how things work on a professional level, all right? Just learn about how I can become a great addition to the workforce rather than just studying something that's not going to serve me in the long run. So I decided to focus on my skills. And when I told my mother about this, obviously she was not happy. She was not happy, right? My father, he was like, it's fine. You do what you want. You're doing fine. So I really don't have anything to complain about. My dad was pretty chill about this. My mother, alright, she woke up the next morning at like 5:30 and she was like, what if you just go to college, right? What if you just just give your examinations, don't go to classes as much? That's what she told me. And I was half asleep. I just told her, no, I'm not doing it. No, alright, that's what I told her. She obviously is not very happy, and there's moments even now where she asks me, she's like, are you sure this is the right decision? Because I feel like you're making a mistake. That's what she tells me. And I just tell her, mother, I know you love me and I know you have the best interest for me at your heart, but I truly believe that, think about this, there's no reason I'm going to fail, alright? There's no reason I'm going to fail. I lose my job, I lose my client, fine, I'll start freelancing, I'll start editing videos for like $5, right? I'll start finding a job somewhere else. I mean, I have the experience, right? Damn, it's really windy outside. What's going to happen? I'm a strong, healthy 19-year-old. If everything goes wrong, I can carry cement, I can go through some hardships, and I can bounce back again. Damn, it's really windy outside. Check this out. Look at that. Alright, so now on the university / the college side of things, what really pushed me was, first things first, the education they teach, right? It is very outdated. I don't care what the education that college teaches you is very outdated, and you're basically not gaining anything from it. And on top of that, my course is like 4 years long, and they take 1.5 years to publish the results. So after 5.5 years, finally, I'll be able to do unpaid internship for some months, and after that, I'll finally get like a job for average salary here in my country, right? Finally, after 5.5 years, that's what I'll be able to do. And all the education that I'll receive in my college or in my university is not going to be of any use. I sat down, I opened up Jamboard, and I started listing all the pros and cons. And the ratio was 4:7, 4 being the ratio of like good, or all the pros, and 7 being the cons. Alright, everything was pretty terrible, man. I saw that, I was like, even out of respect for probability, I'm not going to stay in college. That's what I said. So I was continuing my exams, right? So I was giving my second semester exams. It was going fine. I had English the next day, and I just sat there and I was like, this is not it. This is just not it. Why? Because first things first, I was on a leave from my work. I was on a leave from my client as well, so I was not making any new content for him because I had to study. And I sat there and I was like, this stress is just not worth it. All right, I have payments to make, and yeah, this is not it. And you know what? Funny thing, I was strolling with my friends. My friends, obviously as we were speaking, they'll come to me and they're like, oh, I have exams tomorrow, yeah, whatever. So I would tell them, you should try the Zamkai technique. They'll be like, what's the Zamkai technique? So the Zamkai technique was a technique used by Zamkai on the year 2023 when he had examination the next day. So guess what he did? He dropped out of college, right? It's like an ongoing joke for now. After 5.5 years, finally being able to afford what an average citizen in my country will be able to afford, I'm already affording more than just that, right? And I will be able to scale it up further. And yes, I could do college together, right? I could do college and I could focus on my studies, but I will not be able to excel at the level I would have excelled if I just let go of college and I just focus on a single thing, right? The ratio is not even similar. It's like 50-50, or sometimes college would take away like 80 and I would be giving like 20% at my work, right? And that's when I would have like assignments, lab reports, Viva, practicals, fucking whatever, bro. Like a lot of bullshit, alright? College makes you do a lot of bullshit. I'll say this, since I'm coming out, I'm talking about me quitting college, I do realize that I'll have a certain impact on certain demographic of people, and one thing that I'll tell you is only leave college if you know what you're doing. Alright, even what I'm doing is pretty risky, alright, because I am basically shutting off any access I have to the foreign countries if I do decide to go out for abroad studies, because that's the only way students in my country get to go abroad, right, and earn hopefully a better living. So I'm basically cutting off all chances of that, and so yeah, only quit college if you know what you're doing, alright, and if you really feel like college is not for you, stay in college, work very hard, right, build something, and after you have like a certain level of stable income, and if you really truly believe within your heart that you can scale this up to become something great, and if you truly see yourselves doing that for the next 10 years or so, then probably that might be a smart move. But if you don't have anything, if you're just willing to drop out of college to sit back, relax, chill out with your friends, drink, smoke, whatever, do not do that, all right? I'm doing this because I feel like I'm someone who can work. I'm willing to sit there. I'm willing to work 16 hours a day if it comes down to that, right? But I want my efforts to reap me some results, and I was basically not seeing any results for the amount of stress that I was taking in college. All right, nothing to show up for it. You finish one semester, you don't even get your results for like 1.5 years. You're basically studying another semester. Fine, you do get your results. On a grand scale of things, after 5.5 years later, I'm going to work as an intern. All right, all this education that I study, all it's doing is pointing me in a general direction of what I would like, maybe. And after that, I'd have to go through internships, go through trainings to finally be somewhat valuable to the workforce, right? Instead of that, I'm going to be valuable to workforce right now. I'm going to build my capital and hopefully become someone in the future, right? That's the plan. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I do know that I'm on the right path, and I truly believe that I can scale this up much further. So that's what I'm doing currently, and so yeah, that's just an update.